Yay! Oh my god, we had so many problems.
We're live.
Yay, we're live.
Okay.
Hi, people.
0 people.
I mean, whatever.
Also, people later.
Hi, people
in the
watching
future.
later. Hi, people watching later.
Yes.
So we tried to do both at the same time.
Double live stream.
Yeah, and my internet couldn't handle it. So apologies to the WOOLJEWEL subscribers who were patiently waiting on her channel.
Yeah.
And
if you tried to watch the live stream from my channel and were abandoned there.
Yeah, it was because we tried to do it at the same time and
yeah,
it wouldn't work. So thank you for coming to my channel. Thank you so much.
Yay! Let's hang on. Do you want to turn on a thing that holds inappropriate messages?
No.
We won't have inappropriate messages. Okay, now we can see
myself. Yay, we can see you now.
Yay.
Hi, hi, hi.
Okay.
Are you back home?
This is good.
So yeah, Caitlin always does a wrap up after all of her festival adventures, and
but not always live. This is fun.
Sometimes live.
Sometimes live.
Julie says, yes, home and cuddling the kitties and some yarn. Me too.
We did that too. And this morning when we took a picture of all our yarn, I literally laid down on top of all of it and hugged it.
Snuggled it. Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was really fun.
I'm going to tilt it down a teeny bit so we can see our knitting. That's better.
Okay. So what are you knitting, Caitlin?
So I'm working on my Nurtured sweater in Jill Draper Empire yarn, which is the Yarn Baby yarn.
Mm-hmm.
So it's being knit from this massive ball.
Mm-hmm. And how many ounces is that massive?
So when it was whole, it was 770 grams.
Oh, grams. That's
what did you? Is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What are you working on?
I'm working on the Vassarly wrap. It's from Pom Pom Summer Stripes issue. It's really enormous. It's a sample for the yarn shop that I now work at, Strengthening Studio. And I'm getting so close to the end.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's a lot of knitting.
It's a lot of knitting because it's fingering weight. It's from the red is Malabrigo and the peachy speckle color is Who Made.
Which is a Brooklyn.
Base dyer. She actually started.
She was at Indian Tangled.
She was at Indian Tangled, and she started her company by taking a class at Strengthening Studio dye class there. What else should we talk about?
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a weekender. This was my Rhinebeck sweater. And I told Caitlin this morning I was really excited to wear all the Rhinebeck sweaters that I have been saving to wear for the first time at Rhinebeck.
I can't believe you didn't wear them until Rhinebeck. I just don't have that much self-control.
I wanted them to look perfect.
Yeah. But how unperfect do they get from a couple wears? Do you I mean, what do you do in your sweaters?
I cuddle with kitties and roll around with yarn in yarn.
Hair all over them.
Yeah.
I just don't like when the elbows get stretched out.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah.
That's the big thing for me. That's oh, I've been wearing the sweater.
Yeah. I feel like this could potentially be a really lumpy sweater once it gets really broken in. So I think it's I wanted to.
But it looks so clean.
Keep it looking clean. Thanks. I almost didn't finish it I almost was like, I hate this, I'm getting rid of it, but I decided to finish it, and now here we are.
I want one really bad now. I saw a bunch of people wearing them, and they looked so good on everyone.
Oh, they did look really good. I saw one where a lady had carried a strand of mohair, I think, or it was just like, I mean, I don't know if it was like a mohair yarn. I don't know that was exactly
just
the
something
technique
with the halo
that she used, but it was halo-y and it just looked so delicious.
Nice. I think that my favorite one I saw, it was a woman. There was like two ladies that came up to us in the line for the falafel stand, and she had on a white weekender, and it was just like so gorgeous. And then she had on pearls with it, and like, oh my gosh, she looked so pretty, and it like looked so beautiful, like dressed up. It just looked so casual and like, you know, the pattern pictures are her like in the forest, and it just kind of seems like not fancy, but then like she made it look super classy, and I loved it. So now I really want one.
I mean, that's one of the most fun things about slow fashion is that you know, like, you may not be inspired by the original sample, but when you see it, everybody's different take on it, then you're
well, I think that's the best thing about Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
Is seeing stuff that you never were into, and then you're like, I have to do that now. Yeah. People are so creative.
Yeah.
They're so creative.
So let's see. We advertised this as a recap video.
Oh yeah.
So maybe
we're just talking about nothing. Okay.
I saw this.
Recap.
Julie sent another message. She says, "Same. I want a weekend after thing yours." Thank you, Julie.
Yeah. I think yours drapes really nicely.
Thank you.
I think that's why I like it so much, because I think I've seen a lot that were like thicker, and they look cozy too. Or maybe they're not thicker, but the yarn just doesn't move the same.
I think this has some silk content, so that I mean, it might just be like 15%. I also cropped mine just so you guys know, like by at least 3 inches.
The right amount. You cropped it the right amount.
Thanks.
It's the perfect length, in my opinion.
Thanks. Caitlin and I like cropping.
I think everyone should crop all the sweaters. Okay.
Okay. So
let's try to recap.
Rhinebeck. Recap.
I don't know where to start. Do we start with In the Untangled?
Yes. Let's start with In the Untangled. So I took the train up with Kristen. Ooh, another person. Knitabilities. Do you know who that is?
Yeah. I'm sorry I'm forgetting your name right now, but I admire her things. I hear the podcast.
Oh, cool.
And I follow her on Instagram. And she knit. What was the sweater she knit? Rachel. Yeah, okay, what was the sweater? It was a Colorwork sweater a few months ago, and I like went bonkers for it. It was so good. I'm gonna look at your Instagram.
Bonkers is a really good word. So yeah, I took the train up with Kristen and Laura, and Laura gave me one of her Jinx yarn pins, which was so nice, and I was so excited about it because when she closed her shop, I really wanted to get it, but I like couldn't afford it right at that moment. So, and then I forgot. So when she just gave me one, I was really happy. And then Caitlin and I had to coordinate how to meet at In the Untangled because I was going to stay with her.
And I'm literally the worst person to try to make plans with because I'm like, I have no plan. So we'll figure it out as we go and like leave that to everyone else.
I think that, I mean, it's not you. I think that that's like hard to do at a festival when you don't know what to expect because you know you're going to run into people that you want to see and hang out with. So you don't want to like make plans because
you don't know. There's too many like variables and like things. So this is Rachel.
Is this the sweater?
And she knit this Sipula.
I love that. Rachel.
Hello world. This is the best. And I actually didn't like this sweater when it came out. because I didn't see the long sleeve version. And then I saw the long sleeve and I was like, now I like it. And then I saw hers and I was like, now I like the short sleeve version. So like now I'm cool with the short sleeves because I think hers is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
Yes, we love it.
Thank you for joining us. Hi, Knitting a Love Song.
Hello. Sorry.
So we were talking about India Untangled.
Yeah, so I volunteered there. I just wanted to like be in there as long as possible so that I could hopefully see as many friends as possible because I don't plan. So I was like, it was going to be too much for me to try to figure out like which friends were going to be shopping during which shifts.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is too much. So I just volunteered. And that ended up being fun because as a volunteer, they actually like didn't need much from us.
Yeah.
I think that since last year was kind of a mess. I mean, it wasn't a mess. It was just packed. It was like so hot and like lots of people. I think that they were like more prepared this year. And maybe they needed that many volunteers last year, but like this year it was more organized. So, yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a mess because it actually was organized.
No, it was
just
organized.
Crowded. I just meant it was crowded. Yeah, but so I just got to like talk to a lot of people, and if the vendors like needed water and stuff, I would get it for them. But it was just fun to just be in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then we also got to shop like in the hour before it opened, which was amazing because I get really stressed out and like I think that I make really poor choices when I feel like I'm being rushed.
Yeah.
So it was nice to shop. Actually, I still made a lot of really poor choices, but I felt good about them at the time. Yeah. I didn't feel like, oh my God, I did this because I was rushed.
Did you buy anything that you regret?
No. I just bought things that just came out of left field. Like I bought yarn for a Tecumseh sweater, and that is a pattern that I really like. I think it's really cute, but it was never high on my priority list. It was just there because I mean, there's so many patterns that I love, you know, and so it wasn't just like I need to get yarn for Tecumseh and Rhinebeck. So, but Caitlin Hunter was just there.
Yeah, we both got to talk to Caitlin Hunter, which was so exciting.
Yeah, she's so sweet and kind.
Nice.
Yeah, and she like helped me pick out colors for it, and so I felt like really.
Oh, that's so special.
Yeah, I like felt really precious about it, and I was like, I can't not do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and the farmer's daughter had. I'll pull out one thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to show everything I bought. Maybe when I get home, because I kind of already packed a lot of it. But
is this the one that you were thinking was blue?
Yes, it looked blue.
It looks so different in every light.
It's kind of like
because now it looks crazy different.
It's like this grayish. It's like a tealy greenish gray.
Yeah, it looks green now.
Like it's
green gray. But
on there, it just looks gray.
So when I ran into Caitlin, she was in the Farmer's Daughter's Fibers. That's what the name is, right?
Farmer's Daughter
Fibers booth. And she told me that she bought yarn for Tecumseh, and I was like, oh, show me what you got. And she went to like the blue section, and she got really confused.
And I was like,
and
where's the color?
I
couldn't find it.
Yeah, and then after a while, like when we finally got your yarn, like got back to your yarn, she was like, oh yeah, it's like gray with a blue.
Yeah, because when I tried to show her, I was like looking at all the blue yarns, and I was like, these look bluer than and I think it's because like when I bought it, the light was very different in the room. Like the sun kind of was going down, and I don't know, it just everything looked different several hours later. So I'm kind of glad that I got to shop like at the different times because all of the yarn looked different. It's amazing. Yeah.
It's kind of I feel like, you know, with like we all know that colors look different in different lights, but with some colors you're like, I mean, this is a, you know, blue red, and that looks pretty much the same in every light, or like very slightly different. Like I would still always call it a blue red, but this is one of those shades that's just like
I think neutrals are the hardest.
Equal mix of everything. So I don't know. That's like, I get excited about color, and like stuff like that is exciting to me. So
yeah. Well, I was pleased when we got back, and I was like, okay, it's like the grayish blue, and it wasn't that bright blue that I was looking at, and I was like, I don't think this is... Anyway.
So what are your contrast colors?
So this is what I'm going to do the shields in, and then I got the main color is kind of like a pinkish beige. It's like a light beige, and then I got a rusty orange for the crosses. But this, the sample was knit in Farmer's Daughter fibers, but not this base. So this is also a DK, but it's a different base. So this is the Pishkun DK.
It's
Pishkin.
It's a Montana, Wyoming Rambouillet. So it's 100% Rambouillet.
Yeah.
From my Montana and
Wyoming.
It's really nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah. And I think it's woolen spun.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not totally sure, but I think that the sample was knit in a worsted spun. So I think this is going to end up a little bit lighter.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I don't know. I'm going to swatch. I haven't decided if I'm going to adjust that armpit situation.
Oh, you didn't tell me about the armpit situation. Like, so you would make it a more
it's just kind of
sleeve up.
Yeah,
here?
I'm kind of thinking about it.
Like splitting for the sleeve a little earlier.
Yeah. Okay. I don't mind a low armpit, or like a batwing type sweater. I kind of like that, but like playing violin in them is not fun. So sometimes I try to like think ahead, and the ones I think that are the most wearable sweaters, I usually end up wanting to like, I don't know, if it's going to be like an everyday sweater for me.
Yeah. Like the style is a more wearable sweater.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this is more like a fun fashion thing sweater, and not, and I could wear it every day, but it's not.
Yeah.
The shape is like what makes it. Right. But I think that Tecumseh, the color work makes it. So I might adjust it, but we'll see.
What kind of violin do you play again? Baroque violin?
I do. I play Baroque violin.
So what's different about Baroque violin? Like the actual violin? Is there a difference?
There is a difference, yeah. So the instruments have actually evolved over time. Just the way music has evolved and like even painting has evolved, you know, like, so the style of Baroque music. Well, okay, let me start. So the instrument itself, I don't want to get like too much into it, but the instrument itself doesn't have a chin rest or a shoulder rest. So the modern has like a big setup here, so you can like hold the instrument with your chin and your shoulder. Yeah. So your hand is free to go around. Right. But that one doesn't. It just rests on your shoulder. Yeah. And you're supporting it with your hand.
Is there like a little dip in the back so that it can? It's just like total square.
It's like a piece of wood on your, like a shelf. Right. It's like there's nothing there.
Is the sound different?
Yeah, it's really different. And so over time, people wanted a louder and brighter sound. Okay. And so the tension of the strings has gotten tighter and tighter. Oh, wow. And so like the note A is actually higher than it used to be. What? So the A from Baroque times actually sounds like a G sharp now.
Whoa.
It's gone up like a half of a step.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks for going into that for us.
In my non-yarn life, I'm a musician and I specialize in like Baroque performance practices and have period instruments and do all that nerd stuff.
Which is super cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Denise.
Oh, Denise is here. And Lorelai's here.
And Lorelai. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, you guys.
Oh, I'm glad somebody thinks this is fascinating.
Did you guys have a good Rhinebeck this year?
Yep. Did everyone make it home safely?
We're going to assume the answer is yes.
I sure hope so, because they're watching a live stream.
Yeah.
So hopefully everyone's safe and you're not Somewhere dangerous.
So let's see. We left off at India Untangled and meeting Caitlin Hunter.
Yeah, did you get anything at India Untangled?
So tired though. It was wonderful. I got 2 skeins of Viola yarn in the color Evergreen, which are right here. I just got one at first, like you do, and then in the last 5 minutes, I go to Caitlin and I was like, should I get one more of this so that I could like actually make a real thing? And she
the answer immediately
said yes. So I was like,
if you have to ask, it's yes.
But in the last 5 minutes of my time at India Untangled, which I was at the 5 to 7 time slot, and I still felt like there was plenty left. So
they had
if you go next
stuff.
year, like don't be worried about the time slot situation.
Yeah. Unless you're like, I need to get this one thing, and the person already said there's a limited amount, and like you have to be first. Like, don't worry. Like, they have stuff. There's plenty, and it's.
Lorelei asks, "Was India Untangled crazy like last year?"
Not like last year.
I didn't go last year, so I don't know. But I didn't feel like it was crazy at all. There was definitely like a line, and people were excited to get in, but there was no pushing.
There was excitement.
There was plenty of room to walk around and shop the entire time. So, I felt like Rhinebeck on Saturday at like 2 p.m. in the Miss Babson was 1,000% crazy.
That was crazy, yeah.
So I had a great time, and I'm glad that I went. Oh, but I was just about to say, like, in the last 5 minutes of my time slot, I spent like easily as much, 150% of the money I spent in the first 90 minutes.
Yeah,
Rhinebeck was insane, yes.
Okay, so I kind of had like a budget for the weekend. And by budget, I mean like in my brain, I was like, maybe I should try to stay under this number. And I blew over half of that in the hour before India Untangled even opened. So the weekend was just like
madness.
I was hopeless. Madness. It was bad. Yeah, so I bought, what else? But I do want to talk about the wool ears because they were, I know I was excited about my Tecumseh yarn, and meeting Caitlin Hunter was like a big, I love her so much. Yeah, that was exciting. But I didn't know that the wool ears were going to be there because I didn't look at the list of all the vendors, and I was very excited to see them. If you don't know about them, just start by watching their interview with Christy Glass.
Ooh, I haven't watched that.
It's so good. I'm guessing my friend Michelle isn't watching, but she's vegan, and I think I remember her saying that like she wasn't really sure. Like she was telling me she wanted to knit a big colorwork sweater for her husband out of like linen yarn because she's vegan, and I was like, I don't.
Yeah,
think
that sounds terrible.
That's gonna maybe not. That's a lot of work to put into something, and you're not gonna like the results. So. I sent her to watch that, or I sent her that interview. And
they're vegan,
because they're vegan. And so their whole thing is like cruelty-free yarn. And I don't know. They're just like really cool people, really nice. Thoughtful.
I chatted with them too. And they're little skeins, they're 50-gram skeins, but like the way they fold them and present them in the ball band is so cute.
So cute.
They're so compact.
Let me see if I can dig one out.
She's gonna try.
I have a basket of yarn and they're at the very bottom, so I'm gonna see what I can.
But there was a really pretty indigo color. They all had they were mostly natural colors.
But then they had some indigo.
And then they had one indigo, which is still it's a naturally dyed color, but not natural sheep color.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, blue sheep. Let's see.
Yeah, but I just I'll dig down in it. But they're I don't know, they're just like really thoughtful, like kind people, and it's 2 sisters.
Yeah.
And
2 of 4.
2 of 4 girls, which is like me and Allison. Like we just like had a little fun like sister moment.
Yeah.
Because they're also 2 of 4. Like me and Allison, and I really liked the sweater that one of them, I think it was Margot, was wearing.
The stripy one?
The stripy. Yeah. So she had this brioche sweater on, and I really liked it. And I tried it on and immediately purchased yarn to make one. So, but I'm hoping to do some more stuff with them.
Oh, so, that'll be exciting.
Well, stay tuned. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. But go check them out. They're the best.
Lorelei says, is it Wooliers? And she spelled it with a Y. It's
WOOLIERS. Yes. I'm trying to dig out some yarn. It's like at the very bottom of my yarn basket. Okay. So I'm trying to dig out a skein to show you.
Yes. So after, are you ready to move on to talk about like real Rhinebeck?
Oh, I pulled out the perfect one too. Oh. You guys, this one was like the most perfectly.
Yeah. So these are just like so cute, I think. It's really pretty. Yeah. It's lovely.
Look how perfectly. I just like love this.
Yeah.
It has like a little belly button.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is their I guess fingering weight. It's 54% alpaca, 46% merino.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then I got one ball of their Aran weight because they said it was enough to make a hat. And that has, I think it's alpaca and baby doll.
What?
So, okay. Baby doll is a breed of sheep, and it's like a tiny little sheep, and they're so cute. Aww. So everybody stop what you're doing and Google baby doll sheep. They're so amazing. But yeah, I think that they talk about that. They're the breeds that they use on their interview.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Julia says it's like a little wool pastry.
Yes, it is. It so is. It's not jelly filled though, unfortunately.
It's love filled.
It's love filled. And it smells so good.
So sheepy.
I'm like regretting stuffing that back in the basket without smelling it first. Like,
you'll have plenty of other opportunities.
I know.
It's yours now.
I'm gonna get home and smell my yarn.
Okay, so after India Untangled, we went to a yarn shop so that we could meet up with Chris and Laura to get my bags, and I ran into my boss Felicia. And then I met Melissa Skananigans for the first time. If you're watching this later or now.
Hi, Melissa. She's probably driving back to
she's probably
right
driving,
now.
But you might watch later. And hi. I had so much fun meeting you. And we had a lovely time at dinner, and then we went to our Airbnb, which was so cute. And it was like bunk beds. So we like slept in bunk beds, and me and Caitlin and her sister Allison. But like the bunk beds were like full size on the bottom. Yeah. So
they were like grown up. They weren't like
luxury bunk beds.
Yeah, they were like built into the wall. Yeah. And like the top one had like a little staircase.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah. It was a nice Airbnb. And
except for when we got locked out.
We won't go there.
We won't talk about that. This is a happy place.
Yeah, this is a happy place for sure. So then on Saturday, we basically woke up. I mean, we didn't like try to wake up early, but we basically just woke up and went to Rhinebeck. So I'd say we got there at 11. We went straight to the Cormo booth. I had in mind to go to a booth called Blue Moon Fiber Arts because I heard about it on Chelsea and Sue Legacy Fiber Arts podcast. That's where Chelsea loves to go every time, and they have this like Targhee worsted that you only need 2 of them to make a sweater. And I was like, that sounds great. And it's, you know, it was like $30 each, so it would be like a $60 sweater. And so that was what I had in mind right away. And Kristen had told me like go there first. So we were like, okay, what are we going to do first? This, like the Cormo booth or that? And then we couldn't find Blue Moon Fiber Arts on the list of vendors. So we went straight to the Cormo booth, and Caitlin got the most delicious Cormo right away. And then I was like walked away, and I was like
so jealous.
I mean, I was just like, this is amazing. But you know, I had one thing in my mind, and then I like went and I thought about it for like a couple hours. You know, it took a little bit more wandering around and like talking to people before I was like, well, if what I want is not here and this is like delightful yarn, like I kind of want to get it. And I didn't get it yet until something else happened, but you want to show the yarn.
I mean, this one's technically yours.
We got
the same thing.
We got the same. So then later, what actually made me want to get it though, was we went to the Hello Mellow booth, which is owned by Heather, who works at Brooklyn General. And she had Cormo too. And so Caitlin picked up this skein. Well, this one's mine, but it like is
spoiler alert, we got the same thing.
And so she picked up this skein and she goes, ooh, what if I paired these together? And I was like, I have to have that. Like I must. And so I like immediately bought this, and then like immediately after that, like we ran to the Cormo booth and got 5 of these. So I'm planning to do a color work DK sweater. I was thinking the Humulus, but like the Humulus is worsted weight, so that might not work out. I'm sure I'll be able to find a colorwork DK sweater, or even make one up. Like that's not a huge problem. Like a top down raglan won't be crazy
There's
hard.
So many things you can do with like lots of a main color and one skein.
Yeah. So yeah, that happened.
Also, the whole time she was like, I hope you don't mind that I'm copying
I
you.
know.
And like, I hope you don't mind. And I'm like, even if I did mind, you're going to do it. Like,
yeah, I'm going to do it anyway.
Doesn't even matter.
I'm sorry.
I don't mind, by the way. Like, totally don't mind.
But it's totally my style. Like, I have this hot pink. I mean, I don't wear a ton of hot pink like Christy Glass does, but I wear like a lot of, you know, blush pink and mauve and purple and stuff. But like, I have this one t-shirt that I wear almost every day in the summertime that just has like neon pink. It's white with neon pink stripes. So I don't think I could like handle like a lot of this on my body, but like little tiny pops of this like, is totally my favorite. So
that
I think it'll be
like
great.
A really
with
neutrally, and it's like, if it was with white, it would be one thing, but this is like, it's so toned down. I think it's gonna look so pretty.
So it's not even gonna be as strong as it is in this skein. Like I couldn't do a hat or something.
And this is really special because people that sell Cormo yarn, like it's almost always these natural colors, because like people who are into like these types of breeds that are less popular or less, I guess, everywhere. Yeah, you know, they're less common.
People go crazy for Cormo, but it's
less common.
They're rare breed cheap. Is that like technically true? I don't know.
I don't know, but you obviously don't see Cormo in every yarn shop.
Yeah.
And so the people that are into like breed stuff usually want the more natural stuff. Yeah. But this is not something you ever find.
This is Cormo too.
And it's hand dyed.
Yeah. And so, and like one of the things that was holding me back was like, I was like, I love how rustic it looks and yet how soft it is. But like most natural colored yarn doesn't look like that great for me. Like I'm already kind of like all the same color. So I need something like bright to pop,
contrast,
you know, but this just like, I think makes this work for me. So I was really excited.
It's going to be great. Yeah. Yeah. And I got 3 of these last year at Rhinebeck, and I got the last 3 in the booth. Like after I picked them up, a woman came over and was like, do you have any more Cormo? And the lady was like, nope, that's it. And I was like, oh, I have to buy it.
Like she told me that story too. So I was just like, oh my God, if I don't get it today, like it's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Lorelai. That was really nice. She said looks nice on my skin tone.
Thank you. Yeah. So I got the 3, and I really wanted 4 to definitely have enough for a sweater. But there was only 3 left, and so I never made anything with it, and I'm glad I held out because I got 3 more this year. I was like, I will not be left without enough yarn. Yeah. So I think I have too much. Actually, I probably could have done 4. Well, but now that I have a contrast color, I need probably 4. But
that's
now
true.
I have 6.
But now you have like a little extra. You could like
I could do something more cable-y.
Do something. Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah. So it'll be fun.
You could always make an accessory if you have
matching.
Yeah. So that was Saturday, and then what did we do Saturday night? Do you remember? Oh, you went to the Jill Draper event, but I didn't know that you had to get on a waiting list. Like I think we're at capacity or something.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so when I signed up, and this was last year too, it was just they wanted a head count to know how many people to prepare for, and the tickets were free. They just wanted a head count. But then this year it was happening where people were getting put on a wait list.
Yeah. And I didn't know you had to sign up, or RSVP. So
I think that, but when you show up, they don't ask for tickets, or you just show up and walk in and shop. Like it's an open house.
Yeah.
So I think that they might have like done the wait list thing because they just felt like there was going to be too many people, and it was just a crowd control thing. Yeah. But like anybody could have showed up. So if that happens next year,
okay. Well, you can next year I'll RSVP like ahead of time and know to do that. But like I didn't want to like take the chance that I would have to wait outside.
It's and further out there too.
I also didn't want, like, Caitlin was so excited about it that I was like, there's no way like I'm gonna let the thought even cross her mind that she won't go because of me, or like that's maybe something that's that's not gonna happen anyway. Yeah. But or like, you know, I didn't want you to feel guilty about it. So anyway, I texted Jacqueline and she invited me to go with her and Julie to dinner, and so Julie and Jacqueline and Julie's mom and I had dinner together in Red Hook at a restaurant called Flatiron, and it was so delicious, and the waiter was adorable. Aww. And yeah, we all just like had a really nice time, and then after that we went and knit with
Tristan and
Christy from the Yarn Cafe Creation.
The girls in the Yarn Cafe. And then Kay, the crazy sock lady, was there too.
Oh,
that's okay.
I didn't know that was
not
her.
Everybody has to know every podcaster.
I'm sorry, Kay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We interact on Instagram, but I just didn't know that was her. And I think that she and I were both too shy to like.
No, I'm
really
glad.
Introduce
I'm
ourselves.
sorry I didn't introduce you like when you showed up, because she came after. But I actually did the same thing to Kay, because I think like when I watch her podcast, I think her camera is slightly above her face, and so
I didn't even know she had a podcast. I'm the worst.
Yeah, no, it's okay, but like, don't feel bad.
Okay.
You can't know every podcaster. That's like not how it works. There's like too many of us.
Yeah.
So, but like her, I don't know, but she's so much taller than me.
You didn't recognize her at first.
At first, I was only standing on her side, and so I was getting a profile view from like down here because I'm like so much shorter than her.
Yeah.
And it took me like a good 20 minutes to realize it was her.
Yeah.
And then because she like later I came back, and then I was like face to face with her, and I was like, oh my God. I was just standing here, like, and I didn't even say hi or like introduce myself. I felt really bad.
Well, the internet, like meeting people on the internet,
it's so weird.
Makes things weird. That's
it's
just
so
how
weird.
It is. So that's okay.
Yeah.
So that was.
Lovely. I mean, I did that to Julie. I was like, I think I don't look. You look familiar, but I don't know who you are.
but you follow Julie.
Yeah.
Well, Julie would love you.
There's like so many people.
Yeah.
It's like hard.
Yeah.
And I feel like unless I've interacted like in a direct message or like personally somehow, I like don't.
Oh yeah.
There's no way I'm gonna know people.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think we're the only ones that feel that way.
Right. We also met the girl from Blue Horse Woolens, whose
name Megan.
Is Megan. And she was so nice.
Okay.
It was so lovely to meet you, Megan.
So, and what was her friend's name?
I don't
Okay,
know.
But anyway, they were basically the two girls that were walking around where you look at them and you're like, those are the two coolest girls at this whole place.
And that was at India Entangled. And all three of us, Allison and me and Caitlin, all agreed, like, oh my God. Like every time they walked by, we were like, at that
They look
outfit.
so
Look,
cool.
Look at that backpack. Like, yeah.
But we like saw them all separately,
right.
and then when we like met up at the end of the day,
Yeah.
we were like, did you see those girls?
Yeah.
They look so cute.
They were so
Oh
cute.
God.
And then Megan came up to me later and she was like, "Are you Emily? Like, so I'm like,
Oh my God.
what? You know
Yeah.
who I am?" So that was really exciting.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Sunday was like we couldn't get into our Airbnb for a second on Saturday night. And we were
for a
little
second.
scared.
It totally wasn't raining really hard,
right? And we didn't have to like knock on the door.
We knocked up the guy next door.
We knocked on his door and had to wake him up.
Yeah,
it was like
because
awkward.
The Airbnb host had like gone to New York City.
Yeah, he went to New York
like,
City.
I'll be back
party.
tomorrow, and like wasn't there. And we locked ourselves out.
Yeah,
and
right.
He was like, "Well," and there's also like no cell phone service or
because we were
Wi-Fi
on
up there.
Eagle's Nest Road, which means that you're. At
it sounds
the top
exactly
of a
like
mountain.
what it is.
Yeah.
So we had to like bang on the window of the guy that was staying in the Airbnb next door and have him like open the building for us. And it was bad.
I mean, it was like
felt so bad.
I mean, 11:30 midnight.
His lights were off. He was asleep with his wife, and
it was. And the thing is, like, so our door, like, there were two doors. Like, there was a door, and then it opened directly into a kitchen, and there was another door with a little sign that said, like, do not lock
this door.
But that's all it said.
Yeah.
So it's kind of confusing, and
not our fault.
So it had gotten locked, but like we didn't understand that like even with a key that you couldn't get in if it was locked. So
it was like not spelled out enough for us.
Yeah.
Clearly.
So that happened, and then but it was fine. Like
we got in,
and it wasn't even that long from when we didn't have to even wait that long. So it was resolved pretty quickly.
But it was
it was awkward.
Yeah.
But then the next morning
next morning was
Sunday. And we met up with the Yarn Coven, which are the New York.
Oh, and I saw Lorelai first.
Knitters.
Hi, Lorelai. She texted me and was like, sorry, I totally interrupted you.
No, I mean, I don't want to like just take over. This is our.
No, yeah. Yeah.
And that was lovely.
It was a lot of meeting up.
And then we did a little more shopping.
Mm-hmm.
Lorelai says, yeah.
I may or may not have bought more things.
More yarn. I got some of Carlene's yarn. Carlene is Carlenergy on Instagram.
Oh, I don't think I'm following her.
And she has this little dye company called Fortuna Fibers. But you should all encourage her to dye and sell more yarn, because this was like the first little tiny batch that she dyed. And
Are you serious?
Yeah.
It looks so good.
And it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I was excited to get that, because apparently it was selling like hotcakes on Saturday. And
how do you spell it? CARLE.
Oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
Follow.
So yeah, and then we went and watched some leaping animals with Julie and Jacqueline again, and hung out with Melissa. Mm-hmm. Melissa stayed with us on Saturday night because she was having a hard time with her housemates. Yep. And so we were happy that we had an extra bed.
So we had 2 bunk beds.
Yeah. So we were happy that made that situation a little bit better for her. And then, Sunday was colder. I wore a poncho over a jacket, which I was like really excited about.
It looked really good.
I had never thought to do that before. And the reason I didn't knit ponchos before was because you can't wear a jacket over it. But then
you wear the poncho over the jacket.
Yeah.
It worked.
Taylor says, hopping in late, what were your highlights?
Oh, the wool ears.
Yeah.
And in Untangled. For me.
Viola yarns. Cormo.
All the Cormo.
Friends.
Seeing friends.
Lots of giggles. Oh, what? Okay, so one of the major highlights for me was last night when we got back to Brooklyn, and Allison and I realized that we had been wearing basically the same
outfits
the entire day and didn't notice. And then Caitlin, it was just like, well, it's because we had sweaters on, but it was like a black pants and a white and black striped shirt. I may or may not be wearing the same shirt today.
Okay.
And then Caitlin was like, wait, I want to wear my black and white striped
I was already wearing
shirt.
black pants, so I just like put on my black and white striped shirt.
So she put on her black and white striped shirt, and then we took a picture with my black and white cat, and it was the best.
And my black and white
day of my whole life.
Cat knitting bag.
Yeah.
And we sat on the couch.
And there was like a black and white drawing that Tim did behind us. I have to show the picture because it's so cute. So you should keep talking while I find it. What
other highlights? I haven't talked about my soaps yet.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I actually, it's kind of funny because on my way to Rhinebeck, I was thinking to myself, and I think I've even said this out loud to some people that like, I'm overwhelmed with my stash right now. I'm like really not even interested in buying yarn. Which
likely like story.
The stupidest thing. So I was really excited about soap. Oh, here's the picture.
This is the picture.
Yeah.
So that was like the best moment of my life.
Really? Yeah, totally.
Knitting a Love Song says, I think black and white striped shirts are part of the knitter's wardrobe. I have at least 6 of them. I mean, they go so well with like colorful sweaters. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, so like before Rhinebeck, I was like, I just need to make sure I make it home with this soap from Utopia Bath Limited, because I got a couple last year. I got a bunch of gifts, and then I kept 2, or 1 for me and 1 for my husband. And I was really sad that I gave all the other ones away because it's really nice soap. And it's like wrapped in wool, and the scents are just really, really nice. And so I was like, I just need to make sure I get some more Cormo to finish that sweater's quantity, and then the soap. And I actually didn't make it to the soap booth until like the very end of the weekend. We did everything else, and I like spent probably 3 times more than I meant to. But I was like, but before Rhinebeck, I wanted the soap. And so I just splurged on a gross amount of soap. So, because I was going to be so mad. Yeah. It's like, I already spent all the money, but like, I was going to be so mad if I got home and like, didn't get the soap.
Yeah. I think you should keep most of it, as much of it as you can. Because, I mean, like, to justify the amount of money you spent on soap, you're like, you have to be like, well, this soap is going to last me an entire year. You know,
it'll last longer.
It's a year's worth of soap.
They last a long time because
soap is an investment, says Taylor.
Yeah, and actually, I like having like a bar of soap, but usually a bar of soap is too harsh for me.
Yeah.
But this isn't, like, it's really nice.
Oh, that's nice.
And the thing I like the most about it is the scents actually like stay on you.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. I said it to you.
Yeah, I know. You shouldn't say it to you guys. So
I think everything I've said so far, you already have heard.
I don't mind. I love hearing you talk. So.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah, but she has like really nice scents, and they actually, like, every single one I could take a bite out of it. It smells so good. And soap, usually you smell it when you're in the shower and then not again. But not soap. Yeah. So yeah.
So that was it. And now we're both like trying to get work done. I'm like in finals. I don't have any finals, but I have final projects due. I'm in school for graphic design for anybody who's new. And Caitlin is just trying to get some hours in so that she can make up some of the money that she spent.
I have an online job that's like hourly. So I'm just trying to squeeze in as many hours as possible to make up for this. And I guess we might have to be buying a new car soon.
Yeah.
My husband called me today and said that he got in a car accident. It wasn't serious. Everyone's okay. But like, I think we might have to buy a new car. So That's fine.
So we're going to do as much work as we can. So I think that means we might get going.
Need to go.
We might need to go. But thank you so much for like watching Caitlin on my channel.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on my channel.
Yes, thank you for hosting this on your channel.
No problem. Hopefully we're going to be able to figure out how to get this video on Caitlin's
posted onto mine
YouTube. We'll see how that goes.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh yeah, don't steal that. That's mine.
I'm not.
No, not you.
Oh, nobody else steal that.
We'll see is mine now.
Right. I just said bye because Denise said bye.
Bye Denise. I was like,
bye Denise. Sorry, no. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa. Thank you for joining us,
watching,
Lisa,
y'all.
From Australia.
Yeah. I guess we did a little bit of we'll see today. So, yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see
what we end up making. We might change our mind.
That's right.
It was so lovely to have you in our group, Julie, and everyone else. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. Oh, so many nice people dropped in.
This has been really fun for me because like I haven't wanted to do this forever because I was like 0 people will show up, obviously.
No. But yeah, that's always it's kind of hard to do a live stream by yourself.
Kristen.
Oh my gosh, Kristen's here. Oh
my gosh. Oh my god, we're at the end. You have to watch it again. Yep, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We just talked about yarn a lot.
Yeah.
That's, and soap.
Yarn and soap and spending a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Caitlin and Alice and I put all of our yarn hauls together in one photo so that you couldn't tell who was the biggest yarn pig.
So if you go look on our Instagram, you can see all the stuff we bought.
Yeah. And
I think like everybody that like a lot of people commented and it seemed like they thought that it was all mine. And I'm like already embarrassed. I'm like, maybe I should have been more clear that it's not all mine.
It was my suggestion to do that photo. So I feel, and Caitlin was already feeling like embarrassed about how much she bought. So I was like, oh no, 100%. I just made that worse.
I know.
100% worse.
I even like said that I almost don't even want to do a video showing what I bought because it's like obscene.
But that's why I said all together so you couldn't tell, but people just thought it was all yours.
Yeah, and then I posted it and everyone was like, oh my gosh, look at what you did. And I was
okay.
Like,
people just like think you're rich and can and you can support all of the independent farmers in upstate New York.
Everything I bought supports a small business.
Yeah, and Caitlin was saying earlier today, like we would never go and spend that amount of money at a mall. Like that's truly disgusting. Except if you want to do that. No. Oh my god,
Let's tell everyone that they're gross.
Thing to say. I'm so sorry. I don't think you're disgusting. I'm not trying to judge you. That's the worst.
I think everyone here feels the same way. And if they don't,
but if you don't, I really didn't mean that.
But they also don't know how much we spent, so they don't know how much money you're talking.
That's true. We spent negative money. We earned money.
I wish it worked like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. If people really want to see everything I bought, I guess I'll do it, but I'm very self-conscious.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, bye.
I think we'll be done now. Before I say anything else that I regret.
Monopoly monies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we love you, and it's hard to say goodbye.
I know. It's really hard to end these things. It's always awkward. And then also once we hit that we're done, it's also going to be like an extra like 15 seconds or so. So it's going to like, that's the most awkward part. I know that every time I forget and it's like ultra awkward, I like finish.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, how do I end this thing? I totally understand what you mean though. Thinking of the amount of polyester a Rhinebeck budget would buy is a little unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how much of it would end up in a landfill.
Yeah. Thanks, Julie.
Yeah. You know, you were like, I'm not just trying to make you feel better. I'm like, no, it genuinely makes me feel better. It's not like I'm pretending. And scene. Okay. Kristen says it's time to go. So it's time to go.
Bye.
Bye. See what I mean? It just keeps going.